very pleased to get the show on the road to introduce Dr. Gloria Horsley and Dr. Heidi Horsley. They are a bi-coastal mother and daughter team and founders of the Open to Hope Foundation, with a mission of helping people to find hope after loss.
This building is so amazing, and I really want to say something about it before we start our presentation. Well, this was the San Francisco cemetery. In 1960, the city decided to take the bodies, dig them up, and move them to Colma. And so they left the columbarium, and a columbarium is a place where remains, urns are. And so there are 80,000 ashes in this building. Wow, that's awesome. So, spiritually, I think there are 80,000 humans, people with us today in this presentation, and it's really, I think it's quite a thrilling building.
We are going to help you to shift your energy and to tell you how to find hope after loss. And there are 10 things that you can do that are absolutely incredible that you can be perfect. So we're super glad that you joined us today for this.
Yeah, and we want you to know that everything we're going to tell you today is actually scientifically based.
I'm the executive director for the Open to Hope Foundation. My mom is the president. We started it in 2007. We called it Open to Hope because we wanted people to be open to the idea that there was hope again after loss, but we did not want to tell people they had to have hope. Our journey started in 1983 when my 17-year-old brother and cousin died together in a car accident. And at that time, my mom and I really didn't feel like we ever would find hope again. So we wanted to create on the internet what we wish we had had. And that is what we have been doing since 2007, right, Mom?
Right.
What we're going to show you today are the things, like my mom said, the research that we've seen and we found. And we've also interviewed thousands and thousands of people. And we're going to tell you what has helped them. First thing is the most important, I think. Research has shown, and all of you in here who have lost know this, research has shown that the two things that will help you find hope after loss, the two biggest things, are peer support and coping skills. So peer support is what we have here. We're all here together as a group, getting support from each other. And the other thing is coping skills, and Mom, as you know, that's what I'm going to teach you today.
Let's get to breathe, Heidi.
So the first thing that we can do today is to breathe. Breathing is super important.
When we breathe, we tend to breathe up here and shallow breaths, and that stimulates your nervous system that is very piped up. And when you breathe, it drops the breath down into the belly area, and that stimulates the repose and repair part of your body.
Check in with how you feel. So you check in with how you feel right now before we start. So I want everybody to sit up. I want you to sit up, put your shoulders back, because sitting up straight improves our movement. If we walk like this, you can try it. It tells your body, I'm not doing this. I'm doing poorly, I'm not going well. But if you go like this, it changes the way that we feel. Because it tells us, hey, I'm doing better. I'm okay.
Sit up, and let's go with 3 breaths. Breathe in, and breathe out. In, and out. In, and out. All right.
Now that shifted the energy. Do you feel it? It's more calm. And the other thing I want to say, if you put your feet on the ground, when you're in a difficult space in life, you're kind of up here floating. Sometimes we're not permanent. So putting your feet on the ground kind of grounds you. When you're in a red light, you get stressed and you get angry, oftentimes. And if you shift your energy, okay, this is the time to practice my breathing. So everybody talks about mindfulness, and that's a big thing right now. It's a big buzzword, right? But it is true. So striving to stay present focused is really important. What gets us into trouble is going into the past and would have, should have, could have in the past. I should have done this, I could have done this, I could have done this, right? Especially after a loss. Or stressing out about the future. We all think we're psychics. If I don't get an A, I'm not going to get a job, I'm not going to be homeless. We're not in the psychic business. So pulling it back into the present is really, really important. Being proactive. Keep a mint or a candy or chocolate or something with you at all times. It could be a scent. Taking ice cubes. If you get a lot of my clients, I've been private practice in New York, and a lot of my clients get very anxious. I tell them, grab ice cubes, hold them. If you feel like you're having a lot of anxiety, that'll help you stay in the present. Run your hands on their cold water, smelling lavender scent, putting a mint in your mouth is a good one. Right? So being proactive.
Let's unwrap our candy. Slowly, we're looking at it, we're thinking about it, we're tactfully doing it with our hands. We're opening it, taking a look at it. And then we start to taste it. Actually changes what the brain is paying attention to for a moment. So that's what it is, with this little space, it will change.
Yes, thinking about it, mindful eating.
This is so important. One of the things that has been shown through trauma research is that the most important thing is peer support, which is really interesting because we're both therapists and people turn to therapists when peer support is really the #1 thing that can help you.
Some of you may know this, and there's a great podcast about it on NPR right now. There's an 80-year study that had studied this followed men at Harvard University for 80 years, the longest study in history. And it found that warmth of relationships throughout life had the greatest positive impact on life satisfaction of men. So it's the connections we make with other people that are so powerful and so important. So how can you right now change your life this way? And what you can do to feel more connected is I want you to turn to someone next to you and shake their hand for 6 seconds.
Make an effort to shake people's hands because it's an opportunity for you to get that response, to get that connection.
You just boosted your social resilience by doing that. And also, I noticed this, when you shake hands, you're smiling.
Eric Kibble was a quarterback for the Detroit Lions. Well, Heidi and I met Eric. Eric's son died by suicide. He was a basketball player, junior in high school, and he didn't make the team because of his grades, and he shot himself. So that was a few years ago, and Eric has been so resilient and is now outreach coordinator for the University of Michigan Depression Center. But it was a long journey getting to that point. And one of the things Eric taught us, Eric was a big football player after his son died, and Eric told us that one of the greatest things that helped him was that he was able to compartmentalize. What he would do is he'd go do his football stuff. By then he wasn't a player anymore, but he was doing CNN stuff, an announcer. And he said the way he got through was he had a time set apart that he would grieve for Jeff. And he would go down in his basement and light a candle, and he would spend a half hour to an hour down thinking about Jeff. And he said he was able to get through his days doing that.
So setting a timer on your breathing is really important. But just because the timer goes off doesn't mean you're going to stop breathing. So we have to do something to move that energy. One of the things that Eric did, and I have to do, is get up and do jumping jacks. Do something physical. Do a funky chicken dance. Do something crazy, right? We are going to have you guys snap your fingers 50 times because it boosts mental resilience and gets you out of those grief spaces.
And get this, you can't just snap one finger. You got to do both.
Yeah.
Because it impacts both sides of your brain.
And that moves you from a heart space to a head space. Laughter's big. I love it. I use it all the time. It's a defense mechanism. It's a healthy defense mechanism. I always say, don't lose it. Laughter, and everyone knows all this, relieves stress for up to 45 minutes. And it boosts your immune system. It triggers the release of endorphins. 10 to 15 minutes of laughter a day can burn up to 40 calories.
So make believe you have a cup of water, and you're going to be drinking it like this. But as you're drinking it, you're laughing, so it's ha ha ha.
That's 1 minute.
Yeah, it changes your energy tremendously. Doing it has for 1 minute.
Every day, accomplish something that only takes 1 minute. Now, I know some of you have heard this YouTube, making your bed is big. If you make your bed and that's all you do in the day, when you get home at night, your bed is made. Or when you walk in the room, you've done something, you've accomplished the task. And it sounds really stupid, but it works. You don't have to believe any of this, by the way, to have it work. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be a lot. It only has to be, like my mom said, 30 minutes 3 times a week. Make an effort to find places where you can walk, because happiness is reported of people who have been moving in the last 15 minutes. Oh, and I have some great research, which I always forget. If you tell yourself that when you are about to clean your house or to clean your bathroom, that you're exercising, you will burn more calories. Because it puts your mind in the thing. I'm like in the gym. I'm exercising. So
Things that you enjoy. Yes. Heidi and I were talking about the other day. I used to do step aerobics, and one day I stopped doing that, and I used to swim, and now I'm in yoga and walking, and who knows, maybe I'll go back to swimming. But find things that you do. Be really flexible with yourself. Do things that you like.
First of all, we're going to raise our hand. I want everyone to raise their hands over their head for 5 seconds to boost your physical resilience.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Yeah, I like your rules. That's good. That's good.
I want everybody to stand. I want you to go like this, go up and go. Ah. We're going to do it 3 times. Ready? And do it loud. That's got it. Oh, Ellen wants to go first. So it changes the way you feel, right? You get your energy, boost your energy. You get it out. So my sister is here, Rebecca Barra, and she runs a yoga studio in Palo Alto called Baptiste Yoga. And I asked her to come up and show us some things that we can do at home, at work, in front of the television, to change our energy and help us to feel better.
Just a couple things you can do. Come sit on like the edge of your chair. So your feet are at the firmly planted on the ground. And you're going to cross I'm going to be opposite. You cross your right arm over your body and catch the outside of your chair. And then take your left hand to the back of your chair and just twist and look over your left shoulder. Does that feel good? And with every inhale, lengthen up the crown of your head, and every exhale, twist a little deeper. Take your left hand across your chair, your right hand to your back. And then inhale, exhale, twist it over your right shoulder. Inhale, and exhale, twist it over your shoulder. And then, if you're, sort of slunched over in your shoulders, just the shoulder rolls, I think like we talked about. So bring your shoulders up to your ears and then straight back. Yeah, you just do that a couple times. Take your arms up overhead, and you can take your left fingers to your right wrist. Just stretch over to the side, and take the other side. Now, just some really easy stretches. That's all you have to do. And then your arms back up, lift up, and spread your fingers wide and straighten your elbows. It's amazing over time if we stop straightening our elbows, we won't be able to straighten our elbows. So just like that, just straighten your elbows. And then you out your shoulders. Yeah, just shake those. That's it.
The Threshold Choir, it's 2 singers today, and they sing at the bedside of people that are dying.
We're with Zona's Threshold Choir, which is actually a network of choirs around the world.
I will keep a candle burning long after day is gone. There's a candle in the window of my heart, my dear. And when the darkness is around you, I'll hold the light up high. I will keep a candle burning for you, dear. I will keep a candle burning long after day is gone. There's a candle in the window of my heart, voices around you. I'll hold the light up high. I'll keep a candle burning for you. Just let that settle. Love transcends all time. Love transcends all time. It is the voice inside the heart that never stops singing. It is the voice inside the heart that never stops singing. Love transcends all time. Love transcends all time. It is the voice inside the heart that never stops singing. It is the voice inside the heart that never stops singing. Love transcends all time. Love transcends all time. It is the voice inside the heart that never stops singing. It is the voice inside the heart that never stops singing.
Well, we'll sing the verses in unison, and then when we get to the choruses, we can just break into harmony, make up
whatever you want.
Some black morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life are gone, I'll fly away. What God, bird out prison bars and spires with God, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to that land where joy will never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Gratitude is honestly one of the quickest ways that you can improve your mood, and particularly over time.
Sometimes you can just be grateful that you can open your eyes this morning, that, you know, that you can move your hand, that you can, you know, get yourself up. But of course, the things that we can all be grateful for are the sun, the moon,
the stars, whatever small things.
Grateful that my shower's got warm water, grateful that my coffee's there with caffeine in it. Really important. So the research also shows that for every, as it says right here, for every one negative emotion, you should focus on 3 positive emotions. That you've got to balance it out in your head. Oftentimes we are putting negative stuff in our head all day and we're talking negatively to ourselves. When we move negative people out of our lives, we often move them into our heads. Get them out of there. Do spring cleaning, but you still got it running. Right, so when we start talking negatively to ourselves, I don't like my life, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm a fraud, we start believing it. And it starts making us very heavy. So really take note of what you're telling yourself. And I think Rebecca said this before, don't ever tell yourself anything you would tell a friend. If you wouldn't say it to a friend, why are you saying it to yourself? Animal pictures. Improves the mood and increases productivity.
Hugs increase, remember the handshake? That galvanic skin response, when somebody comes up and hugs you again, you're getting that response of that person being close to you. So hugs are really important. I had a friend whose husband died, and she was telling me that she went into work and told people at work that she wanted 17 hugs a day.
The good news about this research is that you can hug yourself and give the same reward.
You know wonder why babies do this and rock?
Yes.
Because they're hugging themselves. They know how to comfort. Babies have to learn to self-soothe.
Give yourself a giant hug. Come on,
Give yourself a rocking, remember how you used to do it.
Now, these arms that you've got around yourself, your body doesn't know that that's not somebody else.
The research shows that if you smile, that movement of your mouth, your brain thinks you're happy.
These are muscles. When they're down, Alan knows this, when they're down, it makes us think that we're depressed, sad, and in a bad space. Some people say, well, Heidi, it's too much energy to be positive. Do you know it takes a lot more energy to be negative and to stay in those spaces? So smiling makes us feel, think that we are in a better space. Even if we're not, it still works. So it's called facial feedback theory of emotion.
Okay.
So you know what we're gonna do right now.
So this guy got pencils, a professor, put pencils in his student's mouth and measured their brain activity and found that the brain would produce the happiness.
Everyone here smile really big for 1 minute and keep it like that. Come on. Okay. What will you do to change your life? That is the plan of action. We want you to put a plan of action in place for your own life. And it might only be one thing.
If you're up in the middle of the night and feel alone and feel like I'm the only one that's ever been through a loss, please visit opentohope.com and hear the hundreds of interviews with people like Alan and Terry in this room that have been guests on our show. We like to always say that if you've lost hope, please lean on ours until you find your own. Thank you.